What's up, y'all? It's Ranulf here, and I just got hit with what I think is a pretty funny video topic. And basically, it's about how your ancestors and your actual true spiritual team, your team of spirits, which includes mostly your ancestors, along with other spirits who I like to think of as sponsors. They take an active role in your campaign here on Earth because they have a vested interest, or because they have an affinity with you, they like you, you remind them of themselves, or they gave you part of their power. And you can find that based on astrology. So whoever the ruler of your chart is one deity or spirit that you likely have on your spiritual team as a strong member, right? And what I always say is, a concept I came up with today, if I were to teach a beginner how to upgrade their spiritual power and abilities in this world, I would look at it from an outer and inner perspective. All the work is inner, but just for ease of mind for the beginner, you would want to pick one deity or spirit or angel, Titan, anything like that, a demon even, as your outside world influence, because that spirit is supposedly other than you, which in one way it is. And then you would choose inner work, like I'm going to do this mudra for 20 minutes every day, and that's going to power up my spiritual body, my capabilities on an inner way. Or you could choose sun gazing, or you could choose a certain type of prayer or a mantra, a chant, right? Those are all just examples. Or you could do actual research into Gnosticism or Neoplatonism or astrology, or you get the point. But those would also be kind of an outer work thing. They wouldn't build your energy body necessarily, depending on how good the research was. But the thing that was making me laugh right before I posted this video was imagining your spiritual team looking down on you as if with a vested interest, as if they're cheering for you in like a sports game or whatever, or in a game show. Any environment where you don't know they're watching, but they're watching with a camera, maybe a reality TV show, they're watching you on Survivor and you don't know, that kind of thing. And so the ignorant person, when they're praying to Jesus, oh Jesus, please bring me. I like to do it in our sarcastic voice, so when the demiurge hears me, he knows what I'm getting at here. I can explain that. Zeus. The J comes from Jupiter, which is the Roman polytheistic god, who was the leader of their pantheon, thrown out by Saturn. And then in the Greek pantheon, Zeus is also the leader, the thunder god, and he is the son of the Titan Cronus and Rhea, right? And Zeus was stolen away from Cronus because Cronus was devouring his children, and Cronus is the equivalent of the planet Saturn in astrology, chronology, and he's father time. And he's a Titan in the Greek myth, which is above Zeus, which is a god, right? So we have another pronunciation for Zeus in Greece in the time period was Zus. So we have Zus for Jupiter. The Romans looked back and they said, okay, everybody's polytheistic, including us. The Norse are polytheistic. Everything to the south of us, the Egyptians, any African tribe, anything in the Middle East, everywhere is just pagan, which means like farm person, common person, but the way we think of it means multiple deities, polytheism. They all have multiple gods. Everybody has multiple gods. So we're going to go to one god. So let's pick our favorite one, Jupiter, and we'll give him a name. We'll say he was a Hebrew, but we'll give him a name that never existed in Hebrew. We'll give him a Latin name, kind of like a Spanish name, Jesus, and it comes from Jesus, an old Greek. So they took a Greek and a Latin. They took all the polytheistic stuff and they melded it in. So Zeus himself was wrapped in swaddling clothes in the Greek myth. When Rhea hid him from Kronos, she tucked him away. She gave Kronos a rock to eat instead, and she took the little Zeus and wrapped in swaddling clothes, just like Jesus Christ, and put him away so that he could grow up. And the Gnostic interpretation of Kronos eating his kids is because they didn't want any of his kids to go into a place with physical bodies like Earth, like this. He's like, okay, I'm going to keep these kids in, these other spirits, which are emanations of me, because if they go out into the um, into the realms of possibility, they're going to make some egoic creation trying to prove themselves because they're a part of me. They know they're not the full thing. They want to be like daddy. So Zeus wants to be like daddy and make a realm, and here's earth and here's our bodies, right? Now the problem is that Prometheus, Lucifer, Sophia, comes, Rhea in a way, comes in, steals fire from the Titans and gives it to the human creations which Zeus has made in his likeness. Jesus, God, we are all created in the image of God, Jesus Christ. Here we are. So, when people are praying to Jesus, the demiurge who's oppressed all of their ancestors and oppressed them, the one who made them be down here, the ancestors hopefully fly off and don't even help you. Maybe, they go to a higher realm and their astral copy can help you, but you don't even want your ancestors to be up in the moon realm, up in the sun realm. You want them higher, gone out of this whole toroidal field. Unless you guys have some master plan to do something in cohort with Zeus, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'm not going to judge your plan. But the whole joke of this video is like this. I'm sitting here praying, oh, Jesus, please just deliver me $20 tomorrow so that I could buy some toilet paper and do my laundry and blah, 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 right? Making a humble request. And meanwhile, your ancestors are like, here, your ancestors are up in the heaven realms. He means us, right? He's talking to us, guys, when he says, no, he doesn't mean us. You mean this fucker's praying to that Jesus guy again? The one that trapped us all? He remembers us, right? This is like a new ancestor up there. The other ancestors are like, no, they never remember us. Maybe a picture in the old family Bible. That's all we fucking get. Most of us perish in 100 years up here. And then down on earth, somehow one of the ancestors has, even without your request, has come through to put some happenstance. One of your spiritual team has allowed, oh, wow, I found a gift card on the ground for $20. Thank you, Jesus. And they're like, no, it cannot be. I put the $20 there. He's not going to give the credit to Jesus, is he? It happens every time, Stuart. They always give the credit to Jesus. And Stuart's sitting there like, oh my God, this is tougher than we think. So then you get a spirit like me in this world, or like you, hopefully, and you pay homage to the ancestors. You've got an altar, you're burning some ancestor money, whatever it is, right? So here I am at nighttime, and I've got like 500 quadrillion in Jade Emperor ancestor notes sitting right here on the altar most nights. I've used it all now, right? And so my ancestors are like, please walk over to the fucking ancestor money. Please burn the money to the highest level spirits in our ancestral team. And like me, I'm sitting over there smoking a cigarette, and I feel a little bit of like, oh yeah, the ancestor money's over there. And then I go back. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to make a comedic relief on how stupid most people's rituals are. You're not actually powering up what's strong. If you want to have a deity, then you can pick Christ and say that word instead, because that's Christ, Kronos. That is the divine inspiration from the true Father, Kronos, who comes down. Anything that's Jehovah, Zeus, Jupiter, Yahweh, Yaldabaoth. I could make more, but that's all the same influence, the demiurge who rules this realm. In Hermetica, it says Jupiter, Jesus, Zeus, Yaldabaoth, Yahweh, Jehovah. It's another one. Because remember, if you take the Bible story literally, Jesus is an incarnation of Jehovah, if you think he was a real man. So that Father is the demiurge, that Jehovah, that Yahweh. So in Hermetica it says that Jupiter, Zeus, Jesus, rules the area between earth and the skies and all the land and water, meaning he between the earth and the heavens. So he rules all of the shit you can reach in a plane and that you can drive a boat on and drive a car on, which is everything we're here on. And he made all the bodies of the humans and animals that live there, right? Now there is other bodies and other influxes of star seeds and other spiritual races that have their influence here besides Jehovah, but that goes on to a whole nother topic. But what I wanted to get across to you mainly is that you have a whole spiritual team that's rooting for you all the time, and most of the things that everything that the modern world teaches you to do that on a spiritual level is not helping them directly. So they would really appreciate it, and your spiritual power and ability to maneuver in the world would increase greatly if you would turn to the ancestors, because they're the ones who have. And when I say ancestors, I don't only mean my last name's Randall and my mom's last name is this, so everybody from those two family. I mean all of your spiritual ancestors. If you've incarnated in other bloodlines that were strong, some of them are going to help you out. If you come from a star seed lineage, then those are your ancestors too. If you come from whatever, and the more race mixed and odd genes you are and stuff, the better. Now I get some Native American, now I get some Italian influence, I can cook better now. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing. So diversify your idea of ancestors and look to them and to your spiritual team, to those spirits that you know you have an affinity with, more than looking to some random deity, which I'm sure most of you guys already do if you watch these videos. So lastly, I'll give you one example. I've done automatic writing from my ancestors about March of last year. Yeah, right at the beginning of March of last year. And without me even knowing, I knew vaguely the name because I'd looked on Google Maps. Anyways, there was a restaurant like 7 minutes down from my house that in an automatic writing they said, "You will become the bartender here. Continue to apply." I'm channeling my ancestors. "Continue to apply until you get it. Don't stop there. You will get a second job. Walk down the street and see who is hiring." Like literally. And they're like, "If you don't act with it soon, it will severely hurt our cause and yours. You must choose action." Because at that time I was doing the juice fast, going poor, just staying at the apartment all the time. Complete renunciation of all life. I refused to get a job. So they're like, "You got to go get a job, and here's the ones you're going to get." And I forgot that I wrote that along with many other messages. It was like 3 to 4 pages of them just telling me exactly what the game plan is, where I messed up in the past. Messed up meaning like where I could make it more efficient. They literally gave me the exact synopsis of what jobs I would get, everything. And within 2 weeks, by the middle of March, by the time spring started, I had those exact 2 jobs. I was the bartender at this place with almost no bartending experience, and I got the second job right down the road on Main Street as well. So, yeah, basically, Jesus didn't tell me to do that stuff, no matter if I was baptized a Methodist or whatever. And I don't have a problem with the demiurge in the first place. I enjoy coming back to Earth, and here I am. So, I hope that helps. Love you guys. Ancestors, number 1, in the external. They're also internal. They made your body by choosing the partners they chose. I wouldn't look like this unless they made choices. You know what I'm saying? So thanks, guys, for that. That's why if you get the